guys, Spider-Man 2 is officially around the corner as we speak, and I decided to make the biggest decision of all time and obviously go ahead and rank every single goddamn Spider-Man game there ever has been. And as you guys can quite literally see, there is quite a lot of games that have been released related to Spider-Man over the past few years. Some of these are very nostalgic. Some of them I remember playing them when I was like 5. Some of them when I remember playing on the PS2. Some of them I remember playing on the PS3. Some of them are just so nostalgic, man. And I believe this is every single one released. And I do have a few stories about a couple of these, so stay tuned. And yeah, honestly, it's a big one, bro. Spider-Man 2 is going to be a big game when it comes. I'm going to be 100% covering it on the channel, and I can't wait for you guys to see it, baby. It's going to be good. But anyway, let's get into this brand new ranking. Amazing Spider-Man 2, the video game. Now, I have played this. Now, a lot of people do say that the Amazing Spider-Man 2 video game isn't the greatest, and I would have to agree that yes, it isn't. It's not the best video game adaptation of a movie. But did I enjoy it when I was 8 years old? Yeah, I mean, honestly, I did. So you know what? I'm putting that in the C category. I know that sounds like over the top, but when I first played it when I was like 8 years old, 9 years old, this was like the best Spider-Man game at the time before obviously 2018. So obviously I'm going to have to give that a C. The Amazing Spider-Man. This was, I've got some great stories about this game, man. I think I was in the car and me and my dad were going to get this game at Smith's Toy Superstores, if any of you remember that in the UK. I mean, it's still around, right? I mean, some of you probably might know what it is. But this game, midnight release, when it was it officially came out, and I was so excited. And then the Saturday morning, I remember waking up and plugging this in my PS3, and I was gobsmacked. The way how good this game looked, it's definitely a lot better than its sequel. But yeah, man, I loved this game as a kid, man. I gotta say, it's not goated, but I will put it in B category. But yeah, man, it was one of those games where I just felt like Spider-Man before I played any other ones. Yeah, man, it was just insane. Spider-Man Edge of Time. Now, this is a video game that I kind of didn't really get into, because obviously we had 2 Spider-Men in this. We had the 2099 and then Peter Parker. But then I'm like, yeah, I don't really care about this game. I mean, I didn't enjoy it. When did I play this game? I don't know if I played it before or after The Amazing Spider-Man. But I have no idea about how good this game actually was, because I never actually completed it. But you know what? I'll put it at C, because I don't believe it kind of deserves anything above C. I think it just kind of stays there with The Amazing Spider-Man 2. But yeah, man, if any of you have actually completed this game, let me know. I have seen a few cutscenes of it, and some of you seem to actually really enjoy this game. But yeah, not for me, man. I'm just gonna have to stick to the more recent games, to be honest with you. Spider-Man Friend or Foe. Spider-Man Friend or Foe, I mean, it was one of those games where it's just kind of banter. It wasn't supposed to be serious, and it was like kind of Sam Raimi kind of vibes from this whole game. But because it came out around that time, and it was kind of big, wasn't it? But yeah, I think where this game went wrong was it decided to just play it a little bit too far and make your villains your sidekicks. I think that was the worst part about this game as a whole, and I think that's probably why it did fail. So yeah, me personally, when I was younger, I did enjoy it, but obviously this game doesn't have the greatest reputation. There we go. Now, up next is Spider-Man. Now, okay, maybe I was lying, because I have not actually played the first Spider-Man game, so I'm just going to have to put it up there. I'm sorry. I've seen great gameplay of it, and obviously it's a classic on the first PlayStation. But besides that, I can't really say much else about it. It's just Spider-Man. It was the first ever game to come out, and obviously it's a classic. And obviously I seem to be too young for it. So Spider-Man 2, obviously I've not seen this. I've not played this either, because I'm not like a young guy from the 90s. But obviously Spider-Man 2 was one of those games where I just kind of realised that Spider-Man 2 is going to be another Spider-Man 2, because how many Spider-Man 2s have we had? We've had Spider-Man 2 the movie game, we've had this one, and we're going to have another Spider-Man 2. And yeah, it's going to be confusing, like, when we get another Spider-Man 2, like, what is that going to be? Like, who knows? But anyways, these two games, these are the only two I've not played, Spider-Man games I've not played in my lifetime, but I've played all these, alright? So let me just re-emphasize on that. Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man. Now, I loved this game, ladies and gentlemen. This is an absolute top-tier PS2 game. If any of you haven't played that, alongside Grand Theft Auto 3 and Ultimate Spider-Man, like, those were the top-tier games, and San Andreas as well. These were the top-tier games of the time, and I have to put it at A, because it was genuinely that good. It's definitely one of the best Spider-Man games of all time, next to a couple more. But yeah, man, it was different. It was built different at the time, man. Obviously, the whole comic art style of it as well, it was very, very different, and I think that's kind of what made it unique. And I think probably Telltale did kind of copy off the style afterwards. But yeah, man, it was good. It was a good game when it came out, man. I was eating good when this came out, man. Shattered Dimensions. I do like Shattered Dimensions. Now, I've played a little bit of it as a kid, but then I kind of slowly died off it. Same, similar with Edge of Time. But obviously it does get praised for one of the best Spider-Man games. So obviously I'm going to put it A. Because obviously you have to appreciate that they were trying to do something different with different Spider-Men, and they were trying to do, like, go left and right and make the sequel to Shattered Dimensions, Edge of Time. Yeah, man, it was a good time. Shattered Dimensions was a good time. Yeah, but I didn't play it as much as I probably should have. Next up is Spider-Man 1 the game from the Tobey Maguire. Now this is not as good as its predecessor. Its sequel, but yeah, I mean, it was good when it came out. I mean, yes, you had to swing from the sky like an absolute dumbass, but yeah, it was good for its time. And honestly, I'd put this at B. Yeah, I mean, we don't get any movie games anymore, so I mean, it's kind of sad. It's kind of died off now. But yeah, man, those were the good times when we were getting all the movie games like Scarface, etc. But yeah, man, they didn't even release any more after, like, Spider-Man games and everything else. So yeah, where the hell did the movie tie-in games go? That's what I want to know in this. Throughout this video, I want to know where the hell the movie tie-in games came from, because they literally have just vanished for no reason. Up next is Spider-Man Web of Shadows, another great Spider-Man game that I'm going to have to put at A, because Web of Shadows is a very big fan favourite, obviously because it introduced, like, Venom and Wolverine. I think this is the first time we've seen Venom and Wolverine, like, as in 3D properly, right? I mean, I think this came out like 2008, so I think it was around that time where they were trying to, like, do something a little bit different with it. Yeah, but Web of Shadows, I had a good time with Web of Shadows. I got it for my PS3 one Christmas. Oh yeah, it was good times, man. If you never played Web of Shadows, I mean, you probably didn't have a childhood, and we all know the meme of it now. And yeah, it was a very different Spider-Man game compared to most of these. And yeah, man, it was just like an all good round time, and yeah, part of my childhood. Now up next is Spider-Man 3, the game. Now obviously named after the incredible movie, may I add. But the movie's good, man. I mean, if you don't like Spider-Man 3, like, what's wrong with you? Good. I liked part of this. The PlayStation 3 version is good. The PS2 version I played the most as a kid. But yeah, honestly, I'd put this at C. I mean, yes, it's not as goated as the top games, but yeah, man, it was a good time. I had fun with it, going in the black suit, and it's kind of like what we're going to be able to get to see in Spider-Man 2. And yeah, man, that's gonna be wild. When Spider-Man 2 finally releases, and if I do an updated tier list of the Spider-Man games again, I will 100% put Spider-Man 2 at number 1, because I know that Spider-Man 2 will be the number 1 Spider-Man game. I know for a fact it will. But anyway, Spider-Man 3 was a good game for its time, but it just kind of slipped off. But even the CGI animations get kind of old now. So yeah, man, you can say what you want about it. Now, up next is the GOAT among GOATs, and that is, of course, Spider-Man 2. Yeah, I mean, what else can I say about this game that's not already been said? It's a masterpiece, everyone knows it. The best swinging in any Spider-Man game ever. The best pizza meme of all time. Yeah man, I don't know what else I could say about this, but it's top tier goated, what can I say? And yeah, I mean, some good memories with this, swinging around New York City, trying to figure out how I could get to the next story mission, saving some guy off a building, trying to stop an armored car, doing thief missions, stopping Dr. Octavius. That was good times, man. You cannot lie. The PS2 days were the crispiest times to be alive, man. I cannot lie. They were the best times to be alive. And kids nowadays will just not compare. Now, we are down to the most two recent games. I will do Miles Morales first. Did I enjoy Miles Morales? 100%. I will put that at A because I think it deserves to be at A. Yes, it wasn't as long as its original, but honestly, I enjoyed this game. I think I platinumed it in like 2 days. And yeah, man, it was like one of those games where it was kind of like back and forth, and you were learning a little bit more about Miles after Spider-Man 1, and you were just like trying to dive deep into his character a little bit more, and it was actually a very good short story, and it was very, very breathtaking, if I do say so. But yeah, honestly, Miles Morales, it's different. It was a lot different compared to the other ones we'd seen, and yeah, man, a new different take on Spider-Man. That is for sure. Number one, of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's the GOAT himself, the one that is probably the best Spider-Man game of all time. It's Spider-Man 2018. I mean, I think we all know why it's been successful. We're getting a sequel in like what, 18 days. Obviously, we're going to see some limbs from the sequel, but yeah, I mean, it had to go A. I mean, what else have we said about Spider-Man 2018 that's not already been said? It's a masterpiece, essentially, and it will probably continue to be an absolute masterpiece for generations. And then even when Spider-Man 2 comes out, it'll be an even bigger hit because even more people want to play this game among the others. Yo, so wrapping up the whole tier list, I think I did pretty well. I got all of the good games at the top. The B tier is pretty good, C tier, the D tier, and unfortunately I haven't played these guys, don't hate me. Yeah, but I think I did pretty well. I mean, we've got all the good ones. Yeah, man. That was the best tier list I've probably done, even though I've not only done another one on the channel. But yeah, honestly, that was a mouthful. And anyway guys, if you did enjoy this tier list and you want to see more video game tier lists, make sure to drop a like down below, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys when Spider-Man 2 releases. Take care and peace.